What are the reasons to go for the automation? The reasons may be many, but here the scientifically some reasons we have to give. Increase in the labor productivity. The labor productivity will be increased in case of automation, because in automation we are going to use the sequential operations. So due to this, the labor involvement will be less, and labor productivity can be increased by using him for some other purposes. That is how the labor productivity will be increased. Reduce labor cost. Reduce labor cost. It will be reducing the cost of the labors, because one operation required 5 labors, for example, or if you are going to operate 200-ton press, there may be 5 or more than 5 members or labors are required. If you are going to do the automation, a single labor is more than enough. So we can reduce the cost of the labors. Mitigate the effect of labor shortage. So here in European countries, there is a shortage of labor due to the attraction of the laborers towards the white collar job. So due to this, what happens? Wherever you find the labor, the availability is very lesser. There, in this case, the automation will be playing vital role. Reduce or eliminate the routine manual or clerical jobs. You can see that, for example, labor is required to close the flap of a container. Throughout the shift, throughout the year, he will be doing the assembly, closing the cap. It will be a ridiculous work. That means it will be very dull work. You can say repeatedly same work, kind of work. If the labor is doing, what happens? His efficiency will come down. So this can be eliminated by using the robot or some kind of automation. That is what reduce or eliminate the routine manual or clerical task. Improve worker safety. So here you can see that in case of die cavities and all, a molten metal have to be lifted and it has to be poured into a die cavity. For example, in hazardous places, the worker has to work, or in painting and all, the labor has to work. Therein, it will be life-threatening jobs. So here, the safety can be provided by using the automation. Improved product quality. Because if we are going to use the automation, the product quality will be similar. So the production quality can be standardized to the global level. Reduce manufacturing lead time. So here, reduce manufacturing lead time in the sense what? Anyone of you please tell me what is the manufacturing lead time? Yeah, please tell me. Manufacturing lead time. For example, a particular type of raw material have been taken to get the shape in all the machineries and give the output. How much over the time the material has spent in the workshop, that will be called as the manufacturing lead time. So definitely the raw material which will be spending the time in the industry or a factory will be very less, because we have been incorporated the automation. Definitely the manufacturing lead time will be decreased. That means the investment over the material will be reduced. Accomplish the process that cannot be done by manually. Manually, some kind of complicated jobs to be done. Those, if you are going to do the automation, the repeated complicated jobs, the errors involved can be reduced. Okay, avoid the high cost of non-automating. That means if you are not losing the opportunity of automating the system, we are going to avoid the cost of non-automating. These are the 9 important points for this. We need to go for the automation. You understood? Yes or no? Any one of you, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, this thing we have to remember, and the strategies of automation. What is the automation? What are the different types of automation or levels of automation? What are the reasons to go for the automation? Then the last one is the strategies of automation. What are the strategies of automation? There are, I think, the 10 important points are there. Those 10 important points we have to remember. Kindly go, just remember them. I am going to explain. Specialization of operation. The specialization of operation in this, for a particular type of operation, we are going to have some kind of automation, and a specialized person will be left there. Okay, for example, thermal engineering subject will be handled by the thermal engineering teacher, so that the efficiency will be increased. He will be knowing the previously subject, and the students can easily understand. He can able to give more important evidential examples and all this. So like that, the specialized labors can be used for the specific work, wherein the specialized work, a special type of machineries can be used. That is the specialization of operation. Combined operations. Combined operations. What is the meaning of combined operations? We are, for example, you take the lathe. We are going to do a lathe. I want to do a turning and the threading operation. I am going to do a turning and the threading operation. If I am going to do possibly the two operations in the two different lathes, one lathe will be always engaged in the turning operation, other lathe will be engaged in the threading operations. What happens once after completing this turning operation, the part have to be loaded and the turning have to be completed. It has to be unloaded and it has to be left and it has to be taken to the second lathe. Again, it has to be loaded. The turning operation have to, the thread operation have to be done. Instead of that, if I am going to combine these two operations in a single lathe, the turning in the similar setup, I am going to do the threading operation. That means today we are going to do the combining the operation. The combining the operation, a very simple example I given you. The different processes also can be taken into account. Here the combined operation in the sense, here the number of workstations will be reduced. Instead of having the two different